EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Buffalo Bills. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 29, Allen buying time to his left. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play and gave up a bigger one instead.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now a give right side McCaffrey. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Allen. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that ball incomplete. He couldn't work free from his defender, and now it's third down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up fourth down. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Bass is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the bootleg. Jackson rolling to his right. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Jackson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Chase Young in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Now Allen. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens 38. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Steps away to his left. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a carry for Dobbins. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Now it's Jackson. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he will be taken down inside the Buffalo 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
But he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. Quite a decision there on 4th down. They didn't just want the first. They wanted 6 points. And following the interception, they're going to come away with neither.
And that's too bad, partner, because they really went for it on that one, right? Because I think in their mind, sometimes the illogical play is a logical play. But in this case, they were wrong.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be out right at the 35. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Eluding the pressure right. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And finally out of bounds just inside the 10. A big play there just before halftime.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice.
He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Bills go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Bills are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. They're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hines. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Jackson now. They'll roll him out right. And Jackson going to have the 1st down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Brown, the lone receiver, left. They're going for it with Dobbins. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 3 yards won't be enough here as they bring up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A good move. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson.
That's complete left side to Bateman.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 60 yards.
And the Ravens are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
72 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. One past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Allen to throw. Flushed out right. Touchdown! It's complete. Dawson Knox, 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bills are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. Allen will try to throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you...
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Pass complete to Hines.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So Allen's going to look to throw. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Knox. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Now Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I can think to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down. Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And defensively, that might just seal a week 1 victory. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. A good gain on 1st, has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. Room here to run. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.